I am resident of Colorwood for YouTube. Joel Saints. I am joined by my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to review the movie Casper, which came out in 1995, directed by Brad Sibberling, written by Sherry Stoner and Deanna Oliver. Based on Casper, the Friendly Ghost by Joseph Orlilo, produced by Colin Wilson, stars Christina Ricci, Bill Pullman, Kathy Moretti, and Eric Idle.
Eric Idle
Cinematographer.
of he was one of the key members of the Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Cinematographer is somebody very familiar to Halloween fans. Dean Cundy is the
Hmm.
cinematographer here. Music by James Horner. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Release date May 26, 1995. Budget was 55 million. Box office was 290.3 million dollars. So, Alan, when did you first see this movie?
Actually, I saw it today. I watched it for the first time all the way through. I was aware of it, knew that it existed, um, but today was the first time I saw it. And one of the things I remarked about is it's not exactly a kid's film. It's got some darkness to it. I mean, it's an older kids film. I think
Yeah.
that's fine, but little kids, it might be a little too weird and dark. I mean, they talk about Casper being alive and dying and all the sort of things, and they never really talked about that sort of thing in the Harvey comics. So it was different. I didn't know what to expect. It's really cool in that I think it's the first fully realized CGI movie. Uh,
Yeah.
and of course, Amblin was with Spielberg being one of the producers. So that makes total sense. But the cast is also really good in this movie. I was surprised to see so many really good actors in this kind of movie. You don't often necessarily see that many big names in a supposedly kids film.
I mean, Bill Pullman is not a small get for this movie
No,
either. That's the thing, too. He's a
no,
pretty household name by this point.
he is, and
Um,
ends up doing. I think he's a year away from doing Independence Day. So
mhm. Yeah, it's playing the president of the United States.
yes, yes.
Um, I mean, he was, let's see, Serpent in the Rainbow. I mean, he's been on a bunch of stuff.
Hmm.
Brad Garrett is the voice of Fatso, if I was wondering.
Yes, right.
Um, uh, Obviously, Christina Ricci is here. Let's see.
She's 15 years old, and she's only a couple of years down the pike. She, of course, had done the Addams Family
Yeah,
back in like '91, I guess. Um,
yeah, 15 playing a 13-year-old. Yeah.
yeah,
Which, okay. Uh,
works. She's kind of small anyway, kind of tiny. Kathy Moriarty is really good at playing villainesses, so she's was good. And Eric Idle is the typical goofy, henpecked sidekick husband, whatever he is. I don't know. I guess he's her husband, supposedly. But
this, this was by the way, this was a time that Ben Stein was like any sleazy lawyer he could play.
yep.
Um, by the way, really in real life, he does have a law degree.
Yes, and he was also a scriptwriter for President Nixon, actually, back in the
Yeah,
day. Yeah,
yeah, way back when,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
But he could act. I mean, that's the thing. He used
yeah,
to have his own game show host.
yeah. Win Ben Stein's money.
I
I
mean,
remember watching that on occasion.
yeah, I'm like, wait, Ben Stein's got his own talk show host or
Mm-hmm.
his own game show? Like,
Yes, kind of wacky.
it was like it was the opposite of Jeopardy. He did not like you can't answer in the form of a question on that show. I remember that being a rule. Um, yes, John Kaiser is the voice of the Crypt Keeper. He is somewhat here, very briefly. So
Yeah.
is Clint Eastwood. Fred Rogers archive footage is what they use.
Yes,
Uh,
they used archive footage for those guys, and probably they got paid, the union scale for their likenesses. They had to sign off on their likenesses and so on.
what's crazy is if you'd have did it right, Fred Rogers would have probably actually appeared in this movie.
Yeah, probably to explain that don't be upset, boys and girls. It's
Yeah,
only
no,
a
but
fantasy.
Yep, that'd have been it too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, I mean, how familiar are you with the old Casper? Because I watched it in
Oh,
syndication.
yeah, I watched it, and it was on when I was fairly young, and also the comic books. I had friends. I used to go to their houses, and they used to have all these Harvey comics and King comics and Archie comics and all of that sort of thing. Where in my household we had war comics and horror comics and so on. But I read all that stuff.
Yeah. When I went to go see this, I was a little bit shocked because when you see Casper the Friendly Ghost, I mean, it's aimed towards young kids. I mean,
Hmm.
completely. This is more aimed towards teenagers in
Yeah,
a lot of ways. This
yeah.
movie.
It's much more
Uh,
palatable for teenagers and adults.
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't have your kid watch it. You could.
Some
Uh,
kids, I mean, I wouldn't, 9, 10 years old maybe if they were fairly, mature for their age. That'd be all right. They wouldn't get too scared.
yeah, because you're right. They do talk about Casper living and dying.
Hmm.
His three uncles that are cranky as fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
abusive as hell.
and you never learned what happened, why the uncles died, or what.
No, they're
Yeah,
completely unrealistic anyway. They're really weird looking
yeah.
dudes. It's like they were bad when they were alive. So
Uh,
yeah.
I'm surprised it would have been because they do have Rodney Dangerfield in this movie. But it would have been funny to have Rodney Dangerfield voice one of the ghosts. That'd have been hilarious.
Hmm.
But no. So production on this executive producer Steven Spielberg
Yep.
was planning a film adaptation of Casper the Friendly Ghost. He saw an episode of the television series Brooklyn Bridge, directed by Brad Simberling, and saw potential in this work. In recruiting sibling for directing Casper. Alex Press had initially signed on as director, but left due to creative differences with the screenplay. In an interview with Comic Book Resources, he claimed that he was intrigued with doing a children's fantasy and wanted to do more a dark film. Here's the thing: some of this movie is dark,
Yes, it
and
is.
so
It is.
he must have wanted to take it a little darker. Uh,
Hmm.
Akin of to the Wizard of Oz. Now, we've both seen the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Now, the Wizard of Oz can be dark, but it's not that dark.
For its time, it probably is
For
darker than it would be today. Kids are a little bit more sophisticated, but it had a few spooky sequences in it for sure. You
like
know,
by 1995,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
not
I mean, it had been on television a million times by then.
right.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
we have it on at
TBS.
Thanksgiving every year.
Yeah, TBS would play it for a 24-hour period
Yeah.
on TBS, if anybody remembers. And it's like, so when I hear the was now, if they said they wanted it dark like freaking Amityville, okay, you're
Yeah,
gonna
really.
okay,
Yeah.
um,
Casper with fangs.
yeah, right, right. If they said dark like Dark Shadows,
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah.
uh, then we would have had a different discussion here. But Wizard of Oz by '95, I mean,
Pretty palatable for most kids.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, because some of the that's the thing. This movie isn't necessarily it's lighthearted, but it's not so lighthearted you can't see the darkness in the movie.
Right. Right. Right.
You know? So I had to stop her like, wait, Wizard of Oz really? Like, because by that time, so J.J. Abrams did an uncredited rewrite of the script. Apparently, the screenplay gave a backstory of Casper being the ghost of Casper McFadden, boy who died of pneumonia at 12. Though some of the comics, particularly in the 1960s, portrayed him as born a ghost to ghost parents. Okay, I did not know that one. Principal photography began January 27th and ended June 8th, 1994, although some location footages were filmed in Camden, Maine, challenge for Maine.
Yeah,
Uh,
it used to. I mean, it's supposed to take place in Friendship, Maine, which is an actual town too. So, but it doesn't. I mean, you can see it's like Northern California or something. It's okay, but it's not Maine.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Whipstaff Manor was largely a studio set. No shit.
Yeah, with
It's,
all those, I mean, there's a bunch of practical effects that they had to do. So yeah, they had to build all these massive sets and stuff.
what do you have a favorite set design from a house set design from a movie?
Well, I mean, Dark Shadows, I just absolutely love it. But also, in terms of effects and all that sort of thing, this one's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool. But yeah, I like the interiors. I even like the interiors on the 2012 movie. I like the production values of that movie. Not necessarily the intention of it, but the production values are fine. So yeah, I'd go with Collinwood in its various incarnations. It'd be one of my favorites of all time.
yeah, we've had from a film set, we've had two different Collinwoods because they in
Yeah,
house and they use the same house.
yeah.
Um, so for the 2012 movie, they build the house. It's a set. By the way, they're filming. I think they used the Harry Potter set to building on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was at Pinewood, so they
Yeah, it was a
whatever was
film.
there, they probably used the damn 007 studio too because it's huge. Um, but if it was available, they would have used that probably. But they also did a whole outdoor town
Yeah,
on
the
the
town looked beautiful.
property with a big, huge water tank for and did that, and that was really cool. I would, seeing Collinsport in full form, that was really cool. Uh,
Yeah, the interior of the house here and the interior of the house of the 2012 movie both look really good.
yeah,
And this again, this is from 1995, so does the house look a little dated? Yeah, sort of. But again, it looks good in this movie.
yeah. I mean, it still holds up. It's not so dated that you look at it and go, "Oh my God, that's 1995." It's not quite that dated, but yeah, I mean, obviously, the special effects are what they are in '95. This is like we mentioned before. It's the first CGI movie, really, fully realized CGI movie with all the ghosts and everything done that way. But there's still a lot of practical effects. That whole it's like a Disney ride, that whole thing where they go into the basement and go around on the track and all of this sort of stuff, and she's in the chair and all of that cool stuff. So that's all kind of practical stuff.
Yeah, the introduction of Casper is classic. She's tossing a sock, he gets it in the mouth, he spits it out, and she's like, "What's that?" She
What
turns
was
around.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's her introduction because he sees her on TV and he's like, "Oh, I got to get them here somehow.
Oh
I
yeah.
could
He's
have a
like
new friend."
he's crushing on her, no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
there's a
So
girl on my bed.
yeah, an overheated ghost.
Yeah, an overheated Casper for sure. And
Hmm.
here's the thing too, because a lot of people growing up are familiar with Casper. It's like the most harmless view of it too. It's like it's Casper, the friendly ghost. Like,
Yeah,
where's this? Like, really, where's this gonna go?
yeah,
Um, but because you knew he didn't mean no harm, but his
no,
uncles were like,
yeah.
um,
The uncles were the wild cards.
uh,
Eventually, sort of gotten under control. Uh,
yeah, but it's
but
sort of, kind of right.
yeah,
Bill Pullman does do a really good job of playing off the ghost here too.
yeah, he plays kind of the nutty professor role in this whole thing. So yeah,
Yeah, because he didn't really believe in the whole ghost thing in a sense. He
yeah,
was more wanting to contact his wife, hoping to contact his wife, his dead wife.
hmm,
And the ghosts kind of play on this. They pull a prank on him, which
yeah,
puts him in like a depressional state. So they take him out for clubbing. That's right, the ghosts take him out clubbing. Um,
yes,
he falls out the bar and dies. Uh, but the plot of this is Casper's dad or whatever had built a machine to bring Casper back to life.
yes. The
And
Lazarus machine.
Lazarus machine, straight from the Bible.
Hmm.
Well, in a sense, they sort of I'm not sure if DC Comics had yet created the Lazarus Pit. They probably had by this point. Um,
Yeah, probably. I would think.
yeah,
Yeah.
for those who don't know, Rachel Gould had a Lazarus machine that when he bathed in it, it made him young again.
Younger again, yeah.
But it was like it was warping his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm saying
Always got
this.
to be a drawback to that sort of science and supernatural mix of problem solving. So,
It's the stakes, man. It's the
yeah,
stakes, right?
exactly. Yeah.
What's some of your favorite scenes in this?
Well, I like the whole I like the whole joyride sequence. That's kind of fun. Um, I the whole there's a sequence of when they first move into the house, which is kind of cool. That when the uncles show up and all of the mayhem really starts, and Pullman really has to work hard as an actor because he's working off of nothing because there's nothing
Yeah, he
there,
is.
and he's having to sort of do that whole thing, that Roger Rabbit kind of acting. So that's pretty cool and it's kind of fun. It's good. It's good family pratfall fun, basically. It's that kind of stuff. So,
You guys wanted heartwarming movies. I picked this one for this sense. It is a
hmm
heartwarming movie.
it is.
Uh,
Ultimately, it is. Even with its little bits and pieces of darkness, it all's well that ends well, so to speak.
yeah, the guy who's dancing with Christina Ricci, the young man, is actually Devon Sawa.
Hmm
Very young Devon Sawa.
Yes,
Uh,
extremely.
yes, this is well before Idle Hands and
hmm
all that
Yeah.
he does. And yes, they have a kissing scene, and then he reverts back to Casper, and they all run out screaming, which is just hilarious. And again, her mother, who not only visits Casper, visits her husband, Bill
Yes.
Pullman's character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a nice, heartwarming moment too.
Yeah.
That's some of my favorite sequences. Again, the CGI in this is really good. A
It's
lot of
real.
this,
It's excellent for 1995. I mean, it's just
yeah. Now, Alan is correct, and I do want to point something out. Now, yes, Terminator 2 had CGI, but it wasn't exclusively CGI. It wasn't all
no.
CGI.
It
This
didn't.
movie,
Not as extensive. Yeah.
no,
This
this
is.
movie is way more
Yeah.
CGI than that movie.
Yeah.
And if you want to see even more CGI movie, watch Twister. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that movie, my God, dude. Um,
The
but yeah, this.
practical effects in Twister are a bunch of super powerful fans blowing the actors around, and then the rest of it's CGI. So,
Did you ever see Bill Paxton on the set of that?
oh yeah,
Him walking around in the house is like all distorted,
yeah,
and he like, dude.
yeah. They had a Twister experience down here at the I want to say I can't remember if it was Universal or Disney, but one of them had a Twister experience for a number of years. Uh,
Wow,
yeah,
that sounds
it
like
was.
Universal.
Yeah, I think it was, and yeah, it was quite popular for a number of years. It's been rotated out now, but when I first lived down here, that was one of the hot uh, kind of rides, I guess you'd say.
See, when they had the Jaws rise, you could have played Quint. See, you could have just played Quint and be like, yeah,
Crushing my Narragansett can and
that's right,
shaking my fist at
that's
all of
right.
the patrons.
They,
Yeah,
they have they have videos of the old Jaws rides
yeah,
too. That's
yeah,
hilarious. Now the shark
yeah.
is fake as shit.
Yes,
But it's scary, somewhat. But yeah, this is mainly a CGI movie. It also some of my favorite scenes is I agree with you the drive out there because again Tolman's character you're kind of not sure if he believes in this or not when he gets and when he
he
sees
wants to
Cass
believe in it because he wants to connect with his wife.
his wife,
Yeah,
but when he sees Casper, he's like, "I'm out of here. We're out of here."
yeah,
He's like everybody else.
yeah.
Race stance. The fact that they get him to appear in this movie. Who you gonna call? Somebody else. Uh,
Uh,
that 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 moment is funny.
Yeah, And they, of course, the teen audience payoff is when the mean girl gets her comeuppance, at the party, and when everything goes completely haywire and chaotic. Um,
Yeah.
so
The villains in this are very sort of goofy in a sense. You
they
know
are.
that.
It's like a frickin' frack kind of character. Although she's sort of a little more Cruella de Vil than the
Bill,
average frickin' frack, but he is definitely a frickin' frack character.
yeah.
So
He's like trying to reach into the fire early on. Oh,
yeah,
look. And he's pulling out there like, what
yeah,
the damn thing. Oh my God. Rewatching this, I was like laughing at a lot of it because
yeah,
it is
yeah.
funny.
It's got some good fun sequences in it, no doubt, no doubt.
Let me see what else here. If there's anything. Hold on. Let's see. Uh, that's it for the production stuff.
Yeah.
With
Although
what
I
do
will
you?
say that the music in this is pretty 90s. I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good, but it's very sort of trademark 90s for this kind of, spooky adventure film because it has a lot of the earmarks of like the Addams Family movies. Um,
yeah. They kind of play a very soft melody with Casper and Christina Ricci, Cat's
mhm.
character,
Yeah.
the character of Cat, and I'm not. It's not Unchained Melody, mind you. This isn't Ghost. This isn't that kind of story in a sense.
Right.
It's not a murder story, that's for damn sure. But it's a very touching family film, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
I give this a 10. What do you give it, Al?
I'll give it a good 9
There you
for
go.
the genre of the film. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's pretty good, and I enjoyed watching it. So had a good time.
How do you think Ray Stantz would do in Collinwood? Would he fare well?
Only with the help of Professor Stokes.
No, he'd bring in that proton pack, and Mrs. Johnson would be kind of, I don't know why you're bringing in that nonsense
Yeah,
machine over here. What is that even for? She'd be 20 crushing before
yeah,
Elizabeth would. And
yeah,
Elizabeth would like have to remind her, it's my house, Mrs. Johnson.
yeah.
That would be that.
That was a fun surprise in the film to see him walking out of there with his Ghostbusters gear on. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I was not. I will say I was not expecting all the cameos in this, like
Right.
Ray Stantz, freaking
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood in this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's him doing it. It's his voice and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like,
No, it's him. He's not CGI. That was a walk on, no doubt.
yeah. I wonder if Clint just did that for a favor. He had to.
Well, it's Spielberg. What the heck.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he's fresh off he's fresh off an Oscar for Unforgiven. So why
yep.
not? You know.
Yep. Yep. You want me to do what?
Yes, yeah, that's it.
It's for charity? I'll do it. Yeah.
I'll do. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna kill you and all your bridge playing friends. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
right? Oh God, this movie. But yeah, this is a fun review. I know tomorrow we'll be on Catherine Gonzalez's channel.
Yes, we will.
What your? It's your turn to pick a movie next.
I would like to go with an older classic, if it's okay with Patrick, and that would be My Man Godfrey from the 1930s.
Nice.
That's a feel-good film too. It's an up from the ground kind of film.
It
It's
is.
funny. It's a screwball comedy too. So
It is.
yeah,
Absolutely it is. Oh my gosh. So yeah, we'll message Patrick after
yeah,
we get off here.
sure.
Um link to Patrick for Crazy Dark Shadows Day Book Unbound will be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Collinsport After Dark will be in the description box. Alan, man, this has been a lot of fun. You have a good
Yes.
night, man.
All right. Take care, man.
Yep, bye bye.